go.
Okay, dead cat bounce, or are we back in the bull market, baby?
Stock market bounce. Dominance about to break support. Interesting.
Sheldon, is this bull market on, or is this a dead cat bounce? Just tell me, yes or no. Which one is it?
I watched the show yesterday, and then the later show showed me that the bull market is still on. So we have the main lines. We know the bull market's still on now. We just know that Bitcoin has a job to do, and I'm going to go through the key levels today, when it's safe to be buying and when we should be adding on our bags. And I'm going to be doing a full coin update on majority of the major alts.
Oh, much honor, much honor, much honor. It's going to be a big show. Let's talk about whether this is a dead cat bounce or whether this is finally a reversal and we've hit the bottom at 42,800 or whatever the levels were. We have some great information for you that we're going to be sharing today. And also we're going to be giving away some tokens. We've got some of the good tokens to be giving away. So let's get the show on the road.
What's up? Here comes our super sniper Sheldon. What's up? We love our crypto sniper Sheldon. Super sniper Sheldon. Crypto sniper Sheldon. This is our Sheldino. Oh, this is our Sheldino. Smash those likes. Yes.
Okay. So here is how it goes. Here's how it goes. Do I have any giveaways today? Jimmy, do I have any giveaways today? All right, so welcome to our channel. I'm Crypto Man Run. Next to me is Sheldino Tentino. Every single day we come to you and we bring you crypto love and crypto wisdom and crypto calls. Now, 50% of the time our calls are right, and the other 50% of the time, most of our calls are right. But sometimes our calls are wrong. And that is because this is a crypto channel, not a fortune-telling channel. So we don't tell. We're just a crypto channel. Even though some people say,
and when they're wrong, sometimes they're 10, 20% wrong, but when they're right, they are 1,000, 2,000% right.
Exactly. So welcome to our channel. If you're not one of our over 500,000 subscribers, join our channel, subscribe to our channel. One of the good reasons to subscribe to our channel is because this is the only channel that just gives everything back to its users. We are now giving you the Banter Bags. The Banter Bags are growing. You know what? We've got another, I'll tell you what we got today. So we've got a good one today. This is an absolute gem. We got Polygen. Okay, so what is Polygen? Polygen is a decentralized launchpad, which allows anybody to launch anything on the launchpad in a fully decentralized way. They are doing the IDO on TrustSwap and then on Copper Launch, and then they're going on to Uniswap and QuickSwap. So yeah, that's happening now. And they gave us $3,000 to put into the Banter Bags. So let's just see what the Banter Bags look like. Jimmy, if you could be so kind as to show us the tons of cash that is now starting to flow into the Banter Bags. Credify, Symbiosis, Unix Gaming, Monkey Ball. Monkey Ball's supposed to launch soon, but I think they're going to delay by a day or two until there's a good market. And now we've got Polygen, $3,000 of Polygen going into the Banter Bags. And those Banter Bags are going to be given away to our community when we get to 700,000 subscribers. And then I think we might do some giveaways. I'm just looking to see if the Twitch bots. I said giveaways.
Let's see.
Okay, I'm testing the bots. Here we go. As I said, giveaways.
There they're going.
There they go. All the comments now are from Twitch. You see that? As I said the word giveaway. We should trick them. What prizes? We should use the word prizes. Prizes.
Do you think these things are triggered to the words we say? Or do you think it's a bunch of guys sitting on a computer and like...
Bro, it's like Siri. She listens to everything you say.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. You know how I know that?
Tell me.
I'll tell you how I know that. I mean, it's quite an embarrassing story, but I'll tell it to you anyway, because I know it's just me and you.
Yeah,
but it's an embarrassing story. So
you can tell me it's a safe place, bro.
I know. Look, yeah. Once I was sitting on the toilet, and I ran out of toilet paper. So I shouted to my wife, "Can you please bring toilet paper?" Next thing, I see a toilet paper ad on my Instagram. How do you explain that?
Oh, but that is very true, though. I've also had it many times. I'll be speaking about a holiday or something, then I'll jump on Facebook and I'll see the ads of these specific holidays. So I think they're definitely watching us very closely.
Siri listens to everything you do.
Yeah.
She listens to everything. She listens to everything.
Even when you're on the toilet.
Best reading time ever, bro.
Peaceful time.
I'll tell you one thing, right? You don't have kids yet, but you're about to have kids.
Yeah.
Now, for people like us that have kids, we leave home in the morning, we go to work. We come back from work after like a rough day at work, markets crashing, shit going on, putting in trades, building a business, shit like that. You walk in the house, you are accosted by a child or 2 kids or 3 kids. Then it's bath time, then it's bedtime, then it's feed me time, then it's this time. Sometimes I just go to the toilet and I pretend that I'm taking a shit and I just close the door and I just for like 5 minutes and no one disturbs me for 5 minutes. I just sit like this.
That's your peaceful time. That's your place.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad you shared it. You're giving me some parental tips here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's my safe space, bro. It's my safe space. It's just you go there and you just like sit there and with your clothes on. You know what I mean? With your clothes on.
Clever. Thank you. Welcome, guys, to Rand's parental tips, and where we teach you crypto and teach you parenting skills. Okay.
Yeah, you laugh at me, but I promise you that you'll be giving these same tips.
I know.
Yeah, you laugh at me, but I mean, that's the truth. That's the truth. Anyway, Sheldon, I think the big question on everyone's mind today is dead cat bounce or dead cat bounce?
I think what's very interesting first is obviously looking at this bad boy here and looking how the stock markets, that's a really positive candle. You know what I mean? When it comes to daily and comes to the view of where we're looking at, this was good. It's been something that's been driving the crypto market. It's something that makes I don't know about you, but I feel like the crypto market's very emotional. Like, I think that's something that needs to, we are super emotional. As soon as something like this, like the crypto market is very, I don't know, it just exaggerates very much at the different points. So this was my first look yesterday. It was an important point for us to see. And we can see the Dow Jones did bounce off support. And we have managed to erase, 5 to 6 days of downward side. We've managed to erase in one volume bar to the upward side. So this was obviously, a really good thing for me to have a look at. And what I also like to see was the DXY making a lower high and starting to run out of some sort of steam. Now, what was interesting for me with the DXY is I jumped to a very high time frame, and I haven't seen the DXY this overbought in a very long time. So for me,
let's just quickly zoom out. For those people who don't know what the DXY is, the DXY is what they call the dollar index, and it shows the strength of the dollar relative to a whole lot of other assets. And when the dollar index goes up, it means that people are moving from other currencies and assets into US dollars, and that is usually representative of higher interest rates or the expectation of higher interest rates. Because what happens is you want to be buying dollars so that you can invest your dollars and earn high interest rates. Now, when the market expects lower interest rates, then they trade out of their dollars into other currencies, and then the DXY or the Dixie, as they call it, usually comes down. So what Sheldon is referring to now, he's talking about the DXY failing to gather momentum or to gain momentum. So you can see that the dollar index is now, if Sheldon's right, going to start turning downwards. It's turning downwards. And that means that people are trading out of US dollars into other assets. Typically, those could be more risky assets.
And what it does is it just gives us a good indication. So what happens is, the beginning of the year, especially from March, we started getting a nice acceleration in the markets. And you could see how we're basically getting a big drop off. And same as, last year where, Bitcoin was sitting in the region of, $4,000 and Ethereum was sitting at $100. You could see how we got a very big shift in the DXY where money was flowing out of the dollar. So the main thing we just want to be seeing out of this for the whole market, where it comes stock markets, comes to crypto, any of them, is a pullback in the DXY. And, this weekly RSI has never lied. When we look at the previous tops and where it showed that there's always been a recline after that. So the first one was here, big drop off there. We then had the second one at this zone over here, big drop off. We had the third one over here, big drop off. And if you go look at the dates of these times, this was either when the stock market was doing very well or crypto market was doing very well as well. So just jumping back, we are getting a bit more into stocks and the dollar and that, just to see, because it's making a nice effect. It's doing quite a bit on the crypto market. It's important to have a look. So what it's showing me, if it's not yet this week or in the next week or two to come, it is showing that we are going to have quite a decent pullback in the dollar, which is great, which means they'll finally diversify. Now, what would make that happen is obviously a thriving stock market or a thriving crypto market in that thing. So the main thing for me was having a look at stock market did hold trend quite nicely. We have just looked at that.
2 very strong positive days in a row, I think. Are you looking at the futures there? Are you looking at the Dow Jones or the US30?
Well, both. So both of them. So what I like about this now is if I jump, so the US30 doesn't close, right?
Yeah, that's the futures. Well, it closes on Friday between after trade on Friday, and it opens again on Sunday night.
So the Dow Jones just follows it. Because what happens is, like yesterday, we already had the US30 breaking up. And then when the Dow obviously dropped in, we then saw that the Dow was up. So what I just mean by that quickly.
Have a look at this. So you can see that the Dow Jones is closed now. It only opens again in a couple of hours. It closed at 35227. And if you look at the futures, which is the US30, the futures are trading currently higher by an additional 266 points, or almost 1%, 0.75%, right?
Oh, wow.
So that means that if this holds, and again, we never know if it holds because all the news actually comes out in the New York cycle, which happens in a couple of hours. If this holds, then the market would be 1,000 points up in the last 2 days.
Wow. That's a good response.
But let's just understand what that means. The Fed wants the markets to cool down. The Fed doesn't want the markets to continue on this rampant run, because markets on a rampant run means too much profits in the economy. Too much profits in the economy mean increased inflation. What we want is we actually want a sideways market. Because a sideways market would mean that the Fed would not have to start slowing down the economy, or what they call tapering, as soon as that. So we want the market not to run too fast, because that would increase the Fed's urgency to slow things down. So yes, this is good. It's good for crypto recovery. But if this carries on long term, then we're actually inviting a much bigger macro problem, which is the Fed coming and saying, okay, we're actually going to increase interest rates by, 25 basis points, which is what they've been hinting.
So now obviously jump into the futures thing, and look how close we are to break of trend. So it is recovering very quickly. It's erasing that very big candle that we did have a few days ago, and we've nearly reversed the whole trend. So at least obviously I agree with what you're saying. We want gradual growth. We don't want it to move too quick. Otherwise we're going to be having the same problems going in the next few months as what we got now. But right now we focused on we had a 10K candle down for Bitcoin. So to see this, at least I am happy to see that. And I obviously see a massive drop coming in the dollar. So at least these indications are good, and we'll obviously have a look as we go. So stock market's doing great. And that's why we can start to see that the market is starting to now show a bit more life. We haven't got the full, the stock market's already up at higher levels where it's really nearly reversed. But at least now we can see now that Bitcoin and the market are starting to react. Now, what I did with Bitcoin was I quickly went through the higher time frames. I went through the weekly charts and all of that just to see where we were at. And one important thing that I did find over this whole strong bullish push that we did do, I took a full fib extension, and we bounced, what's known as the golden zone, the 0618. And this is a very key level just to show that where we bounced and making that higher low and still holding trend was a key area for the market to actually bounce. So this was a good, very key sign for us. Now what I did for us then is to jump into the smaller time frames now to see, okay, should we be now aping in? Should we be looking to get in? And what we spoke about yesterday is this very key 53K level, which I see Bitcoin making its way to now during this week. Now, when it gets to that level, the thing is we did get to this low very quickly. We never held there. What I like to see on a big drop is I like to see us go down. I like to see us go sideways in those zones, previously to these sort of levels over here, drop off sideways, and then the continuation. When we usually have these big candles and this actual wick, we usually tend to come back down and fill that and then continue up. So what happened this time was we had the very strong bounce down, but we didn't remain in that zone for too long. And what usually happens is some point we can come down and actually bounce that. So what I'm looking at is Bitcoin to make its way to 53K. If we can break through 53 to 54K, that is the bottom for now, and we're going to be chasing the high of the region of 59K. And that was a shakeout that was purely for leverage, and now we continue the actual run. Or what we can do is we can make our way to 53 and then have a bit of rejection. Now, I know Rand will chat to me on this now because leverage is being pulled back, but it's still at very high sort of levels. So I don't know how you feel on that, Rand. Get the market back up to about 53, maybe another shakeout. I don't possibly see a lower low, but I do see us possibly coming down and possibly getting another, 46, 40, 45, somewhere in that region. Shake them out one more time so that we can actually have a good momentum growth for the next 3 months. I think it would be better. Let's look at
the data behind what you're saying. So we've had a leverage shakeout. There it is. The leverage went from a point of what they call here 0.217, and the leverage is back now at 0.17. That's where the leverage is. After the May shakeout, the leverage was at a point of 0.09. So we still double the leverage. We are still double the leverage that we have here. However, there would naturally be more leverage in the market because of the new Bitcoin futures ETFs. Mm-hmm. Remember, every time that someone buys $1 in the Bitcoin futures ETF, they have to buy $1 of Bitcoin futures to add into the ETF. Now, when they buy $1 of Bitcoin futures, that is $1 of leverage going into the market. So May, you can't compare like for like with May, because in May, we never had a Bitcoin futures ETF. So we can imagine that the leverage would be over here. So now we ask a question. Let's look at the cycle of reducing the leverage in April. We had one big wick, we had a recovery. We had a second big wick down, we had a recovery. We had a third big wick down, that was the end. Okay? We've had, I don't know if you call it a big wick, but that is a wick. We had a little bit of a recovery. We had a second leg down. We've shaken out about 50% of the leverage that I would like to see shaken out. So I'm cautious. here.
Well, what that shows me, and that definitely, making a way to 53K, then another quick little shakeout, and then continuation will actually be a way better suit for the start of 2022 for Bitcoin and the actual crypto market. Because then we can actually have a good 3 months, a good 6 months without this. The problem is this will grow so fast. You know what I mean? Like if we had to bounce now, that leverage, if Bitcoin goes back to 60K in the next week, that leverage is going to be straight back at the all-time highs in 2 weeks, 3 weeks time. And then we're facing the same problem again.
So the thing is, we're looking at so there's two schools of thought. One school of thought is let this thing recover, shake out the leverage, it'll take time. To be honest, that is my school of thought. I don't think that we're going to rush this and we're going to get to the $100,000 Bitcoin. But if you look at PlanB, then he says it's almost like suppressing the ball underwater, and then that ball's just going to explode. He said that yesterday. So you see, he referenced it yesterday when he talked about the bears on top of this ball and kind of like slipping off and the ball exploding. And he leveraged it again here. He said, realize cap still increasing after March 58.8 close. You cannot keep the ball underwater forever. And he's kind of showing that the last time that the ball was underwater, it exploded upwards. So you got to subscribe to a school of thought. My feeling is if you're in here for the long term, then this is a good buying opportunity. Maybe there's another leg down, and maybe you can pick up some Bitcoin at 48,000 or 50,000. But net, when Bitcoin is at 150,000, whether you bought at 48 or 53 isn't really the big scheme of things. If you're trading, then to be honest, I don't know if I'd open a trade now. I don't know if I'd open a long trade here.
No. I won't open short-term trades now. Not now. We're 50-50 in the middle now. We can either go there or we can go there. Like, so we would rather be a bit more patient, and I'd rather either catch the next dip down or I wait for trend break. You gotta know that's the only skill of a trader. You gotta know when you can trade and when you can't trade. If you're gonna try trade this market now, it's gonna stop you out. It's gonna give you a lot of problems. So looking at that looks really great. So I am seeing 53K. If we do break 55 or 54, things can turn very bullish very quickly. Let's see what the stock markets do. But until then, I'm seeing 53. I'm seeing another pullback between 46 and 48. And that's definitely one I don't want to be missing. And then a continuation up. So what we spoke about yesterday was also very important, was that in the market, we did not have any big guys really offloading at the top this time. So for me, the big guys are still in the market. And as long as we're with the big guys, that's always a good sign on what we're looking at. So Bitcoin's looking great. I think what I am going to do quickly is just give a quick overview on what I'm looking at with all the other alts as well. ETH time is obviously rolling very well. Rand's going to eat some fish at the end of the month, which is fantastic. A little bit of revenge for me. I'm going to feel great. But where we're looking at with ETH right
Just
now.
hold on. Whoa. Just do me a favor. Just do me a favor. Just call up a Solana ETH chart.
Okay.
ETH, Sol, ETH, whatever you call it.
Okay, no problem. Let's get it here. Sol ETH. Okay, I've even marked it to the day, to the hour. So
Okay,
right now,
what I need to get to recover? Not even 4%.
lower lows. Yeah, it's only 4% now. Yeah, but you made a lower low. Like just watch. You're coming here, buddy, and that means I'm gonna have a nice win of over 25%.
Let me show you something.
Yeah, show
You
me.
know why ETH is going up?
What?
Because of this.
We're here to sustain the scale of the full nodes. Proof of stake is hard, but what I do know is when we want to charge, we change the whole thing. 2.0, yo. It's 2.0, yo.
It's 2.0, yo. It's 2.0, yo.
Shot 3, BLS, Lamport.
Look at that swagger. Look at that class.
Chains, clap. Secret stars coming sober. Clap. Privacy scaling in a snap. Constant product overload. Tap. Merkle proofs.
Merkle proofs, ETH 2.0, SHA-3, what are they going on about? That's why ETH's going up.
Makes sense. And I continue to see it obviously going up. So what was interesting with ETH was jumping through to the weekly as well. Let me just get there onto, especially, let me start with the daily, is that we did bounce beautifully on, look at that. It's literally to this, like, to the actual dollar, we went to the 0.618. So remember this, guys. What's always great is when you see a coin rampaging very quickly to one side, and you want to know where can I buy this coin at a good, the golden ratio is always such a cool little tool for you to use because it's very accurate. It's taking this little fib tool, taking it from the bottom to the top, and look here. Look where we bounced. So you see how it is always amazing for you. So it's always a nice little indicator when we're jumping to much higher time frame views. So ETH is good. It's on its way quite strongly. It looks like it's on its way. If Bitcoin goes to 53, I think ETH's going to go to about 4,600. Another small pullback to about 4.2, and then obviously the next continuation up. So ETH is looking strong. To dominance, to BTC as well. It's looking fantastic. I then jumped into Kusama. And let me quickly jump.
Can we watch this on CoinPanel? Does it work on CoinPanel?
Yeah. Everything is done. They just, I don't know why. I think it's overload or something, but it battles to load when I'm busy with the show. As soon as I'm done, then it loads quite quickly. So it's all there. Every single thing, like I said, with the thing, it's all there. This is a quick way for me to get through it quickly. So Kusama, look at Kusama on the weekly. Kusama we tested beautifully 0.618. It's testing beautifully. We've tested bottom of trend. So for me, dollar costing into Kusama, even if there is another week, I'll dollar cost them now. Another wick downwards, our dollar cost. I think this is a really good add to your portfolio, especially longer term holds, because from here, obviously, we can either rampage to the the 450 or the breakout. We'll see as the actual thing continues. I then looked at Solana. Solana did test a really key level, which was the level of 170 to 180. I think any other future drops in there is a good, nice little add-on zone for you. So I think Solana is great to add there. I think it is still going to rampage to $400, $500 in the future. I just think December is still ETH month. Looking at Luna, this is still quite, I wouldn't be buying. I definitely won't be buying Luna right now, just because of what it's done already. But I am seeing Luna rampage to $80, $90, or $100. So Luna's looking fantastic. I then jumped to AVAX.
Because the UST held its peg during this correction, because exchanges are now adding on UST pairs. I tweeted something this morning. I want to show you guys this. I want to show you the importance of this. This is one of the most important things that has happened today that you guys need to take cognizance of. I can see Fred's been on my Twitter. Fred just drops. He doesn't know how to delete. He only knows how to add things. So you see, Kucoin is adding. I'm actually going to ban Fred from the Twitter. Everybody else can play. Fred is not allowed to touch the Twitter anymore. We must change the password, not tell Fred. Okay, so Kucoin will add Solana UST pairs and Matic UST trading pairs.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
What does it mean? It means that exchanges are now seeing that the investors are more comfortable holding UST and would rather leave their money in UST than USD or USC. What that means is that there's more requirements for more UST because now people are putting more money in exchanges and holding it in UST. And for as long as this continues, remember I said the best thing that you can do is you can buy Luna and then you can sell all your USD, put them into UST and hold your UST on exchanges. And then exchanges will have to add in trading pairs. And now that's exactly what's happening.
Great. Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's what Luna's exploding.
Okay, amazing. One that's looking really good, beautiful golden zone teach. It's currently still 40% off is AVAX. AVAX held trend. It literally came beautifully down to 0.618. This is on the weekly. And guys, when AVAX was rampaging up, there wasn't even volume backing it. Like, look at the previous volume bars we've gotten. So, buying on supports and dollar costing in these zones are very great. If there is the small pullback for Bitcoin back to 46, remember, I'm expecting a higher low. So I'm still want to be catching. So AVAX, I want to catch between $80 and $90. Dollar costing, I think, is the best option we could be doing now because of the weekly and where we're sitting. There's massive discounts. So dollar costing a little bit here, dollar costing throughout this week on AVAX. 3 weeks ago, when AVAX was sitting at $140, everyone said we missed the pump. You now have the opportunity to be getting in at a great discount on that. So that's looking good. I was looking at DOT as well on the weekly, and we touched the 0.618 golden zone. Use this tool, guys. On higher time frames, it is fantastic. So dollar costing on DOT as well throughout this week is a really good time. As you can see, all of these stochastics are getting right at the bottom. The Bitcoin one will be at by the end of this week, will be flat out at the bottom. And you can see the last time we were at the bottom, DOT was sitting at $11. So even though, we're still going through the market cycle, through the fear and the greed, every time we had very low, very high fear levels now, we are still trending upwards and we are still making our way up. So that's looking good. Render is one that was really nice on special. It hits it beautifully, the golden zone at this level. So I do think Render will come back on that little pullback between 4.2 to 4.4, 4.5. And I don't want to be missing Render. Remember, it was $8 2-3 weeks ago. We're now cashing it at a really good price. So Render's looking good. I was looking at Fantom. Look how all of them hit the 0.618. Right? All of them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, all credit to Crown on Elio's channel, who called 42,800 or 43,000 on Bitcoin, and he used the 0.618. I mean, funny enough, and they all came onto the 0.618.
So even all the alts. So this is quite interesting. Doesn't matter how much the alt did, doesn't how much, they've all come back and tested these zones, and there's no volume really backing these moves at this point. So Fantom for me is in a dollar cost average zone. Link for me is in a dollar cost average zone. It hit the same level beautifully. It's very cheap for me right now. I'm still surprised it's so cheap. Cardano hit the 0.618 beautifully. We have Rune, which also hits the beautiful test zone over here. And I think the last one as well, I'd still be adding in is Energy Web Token as well. I think that's really going to do well.
What's the price? Yeah, that is.
$10.90. Yeah. So we're about on the verge of breakout again. So Energy Web is the next one. So I focused a little bit on higher, more major alts today, and we'll go through the rest throughout the week. But they are at very critical levels on weekly charts. Much higher time frames are all showing us it's a buy. So dollar costing is the best thing for me right now.
Okay, let's look at some other things on the radar. So first of all, Superfarm had a little bit of an explosion yesterday, and that is because Superfarm is now being listed on Huobi and on Coinbase. So Huobi and Coinbase are both listing Superfarm soon. They've both announced they're listing Superfarm. Remember we said Superfarm might go to $4. I think that if the market was before this correction and we announced the Coinbase listing, Superfarm would have gone.
Went there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is Superfarm, and also Spell. So Spell also Magic Internet Money Spell also listing. That's up 80% today because of a Huobi listing and Superfarm as a Coinbase listing. Then a lot of people are asking about Monkey Ball. So Monkey Ball's IDO is finished. Even in the worst market that there was, the IDO sold out in like 10 seconds. And I think that they're going to launch the token today, tomorrow, if the market continues to hold. So I tweeted something and I said, look, I think that they should postpone the launch of their token because all this hype, it's one of the best, most hyped games out there. The last thing that they should do is launch the token into the weak market. So I think if they are patient by a day or two, that would be actually an amazing strategy. Then a lot of people are asking about Sunny and Saber, which are two calls that we made on Solana. A lot of people in the chats here are asking about Sunny and Saber. So they haven't performed as we anticipated, but we still believe in the protocols fundamentally. So now you have a choice. If you've bought, you can hodl or you can buy more. If you haven't bought, I think it's a great time to be buying because they're really cheap. Right now, they're really cheap. I haven't lost faith in the protocols. The protocols haven't been hacked. The TVL continues to increase, blah, blah, blah. So nothing's changed. It's just that the swarm of bees has moved away from Solana into places like Avalanche, into places like Fantom, into places like DeFi, into places like GameFi. So yeah, this is the time, to be honest, when we should be buying, not when we should be selling. We should be buying when this happens. What else?
I just want to show you Matic. So Matic's had a really big, Polygon's had a very big breakout. We're back above, we're higher again, we're on trend. And I am seeing, over the next month or two, a rally through to $3.5 to $4. So I won't be buying too much now. The only time I'd be buying more Matic is in the region closer to the $2 region. But I will be holding on tight because I feel it's got a really good next month or two.
There is the Matic ZK conference on the 9th of December. They're expecting some kind of announcement. The announcement falls into the amazing narrative. The narrative is ETH 2.0 and specifically zero knowledge rollups, which we spoke about on the show the other day. So that's possibly a good enough reason why Matic is breaking out.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah,
and I think the rest we'll cover throughout the week. For now, we take it day by day. At least the stock market's bouncing. At least we're getting a nice little pullback. Are we going to have one more shakeout? Possibly the better idea we would want so that we can drop that leverage so we can have a good 3 to 6 months. But I'm waiting for any small dips now and I'm dollar costing in. Definitely. I don't think we should miss this opportunity.
Sheldon, have you noticed that? Have you realized that we've got like 8 more days of daily shows before we go away for the festive season?
Yeah, we're going to get a little bit of a break.
Yeah, next Friday we're going away. Next Friday we're kind of shutting the place down. We're going away on vacation with our families. We'll probably still be here every now and then if things happen on the market. But I think what we should do during that period is we should drop like how to become a good trader, sniper school masterclasses every single day. So, at least while we're on holiday, we can all do, the community can still be training, so to speak. What do you say?
Great. And I think December is going to be a little bit slow as well. I don't think it's going to be a crazy. I think January, Feb, we're going to have good explosion to the market. So time to learn, time to sit, time to focus, and start the new year off strong.
Amazing. All right. Whoa. Horrible noise from my microphone.
What's going on?
So, more microphone making terrible noise. Watch this. Giveaways. Yeah, wait, I got to share my screen with you guys. Hold on, I have to share my screen.
Look at all of them.
Okay, wait.
No, man, that's ridiculous.
Wait, I got to show this. Okay, so now watch the side. You see the purples here on the side. You see all these purple ones here. The purple ones were all Twitch.
Look at them.
See, they're all Twitch because I said giveaway. See, I said the word giveaway. It's all Twitch. Giveaway.
Can we find one with that? Are we doing
Oh,
giveaways?
we don't even have giveaways today. Oh, we do. We have PathDAO. The one from yesterday, PathDAO, the gaming guild, the decentralized gaming guild.
Yeah, 20-something PathDAO, 250 tokens.
Oh, wow, we do have giveaways. We have giveaways. Hold on a second. You see, but now what am I supposed to do here? It's all the Twitch people. Okay, let's give some to the Twitch people. Yeah. First of all, Farhana Kabir. Bro, I said Farhana Kabir, she wins. CBM, you win. I need PathDAO, not a robot. That's quite a smart bot, that guy. Alexi, you win. You win. Here we go. Oh, fuck. I got one. From C here, G. Baltazar, you win 250 PathDAO tokens. And here we go. Here's another one. I'm a human.
I'm a hum.
Okay. Yogi, you win 250 PathDAO tokens. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Oof. Me 1322 Hemant. You win 250 PathDAO tokens. Okay, that's it for today. That's it for now. We'll see you guys again 9 a.m. EST. Until then, you know what I was going to say? I was going to say, if this bear market were to continue for like an extra 2 or 3 days, then we would have to go from play to earn to work to earn. We'd all have to go back to work to earn.
Yeah.
True story, that, right?
That's very true.
All right, we'll see you guys again 9 a.m. EST. Until then, play well, my friends.
Make money.
Fred, you are barred from my Twitter. Barred.
Come on, bro. You know the drill.
No, let the other guys do it because Luke knows how to use the delete tweet button.
Fred
Well, I
just
usually
apes
delete-
into coins. That's all that he does. Which coins you buying, Fred?
So this one dips about 90%.